After many years of infertility and over 3 years on the adoption waiting list, you get used to waiting for the call. You get excited to be a mother, and then something happens and things fall through. Luckily, we had been blessed with one adoption, so when we got another call from the agency, I was cautiously optimistic. The birth mother had disclosed some drug use, but no alcohol use, and either way, we felt we were ready to expand our family. He was an easy baby, but as he got older, I started to notice things that seemed out of place. He hated wearing pajamas because of the waistband. He was slower to answer or follow directions. He didn't like bright lights. He didn't like being held. He had night terrors. And then there was the hyperactivity. He was so busy that we had to put locks on our fridge to keep him and his brother from emptying it every time I left the room. But it wasn't until I was sitting with other moms in a playgroup and watching the other kids sitting and singing songs, as he was running around and getting into everything, that it first solidified for me that something was different. A few weeks later, I was in our pediatrician's office. He had delivered my son and probably had his suspicions, so he set up an appointment for an FASD assessment. It still took a long time to confirm the diagnosis, but we felt lucky to finally have some answers. I thought that once we had the diagnosis, it would open doors to all the supports that we needed. But then I didn't really know what we needed, and I spent nights on the internet looking up acronyms and searching for help. I learned that every child with FASD has their own unique needs, so there was no roadmap to follow. The more I read, the more overwhelming it felt. No matter how much I loved my son, I couldn't fix permanent brain damage. But I was stubborn, and I would figure it out. Every time we visited our pediatrician, he would mention that although there is no cure for FASD, some medications could help. I always told him that I found some new strategy that would get us through. Things like slowing down, simplifying steps, and recognizing his behavior as a result of brain damage all helped, but every day was still challenging. At one appointment, about a year after this diagnosis, I expected another short visit, but our doctor would come into the exam room for a few minutes and say, "I will be back," and leave again. After what seemed like hours of this, my son had practically destroyed the exam room, and I felt desperate. When he finally came in and sat down, he said, "Are you ready to talk about medication?" I realized after that appointment that I couldn't do it on my own. I would need help. I would need other people and lots of supports for my son. A few years later, as I was giving him his medication, he said, "It used to feel like I was swimming in clouds, but after taking the pills, they clear out." Now, he is in a special education class. He has learned to read and write and play with other kids. He is very empathetic and notices many little things that I never would. But I know he will need lifelong support. He has already aged out of a number of great programs, and as his mother, I am very concerned about his future. He will have beaten the odds if he graduates high school, lives past 40, is never homeless or addicted. I am a researcher, I know the stats, and I know that with supports he can beat these odds. He can't change, so we need to change the world he lives in.